This is Lady T 506. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 3 Episode 14 review. We're going to start off with Kandi and Kim on the tour bus. Kim has not only brought Sweetie, her assistant, on her, which I'm not really sure why she needs an assistant, but oh well, and Derek J, her hairstylist, on the tour bus. Kim and Sweetie this whole episode were complaining just about everything. You know, first Kim gets waken up by Sweetie's phone, and Sweetie's trying to talk to Kandi, and Candy's like, I'm not a modern person. I need you to step back a few spaces. This ain't it right now. They get up. Kim is needing to take smoke breaks like every 30 minutes, and they're already behind schedule. And I guess Kim's new to being on tour, so she doesn't know we gotta make our destination point. We gotta check in hotels on time. We gotta be at our event on time. We can't keep stopping so you can stop and smoke a cigarette. Okay, they finally stop somewhere, and Kim and Sweetie, they sitting outside smoking, and Candy's like, oh my goodness, all this smoke, and Sweetie's like, well, we're off the bus. She's like, I know, but when you blew the smoke, it came over this way. And Sweetie was like, well, move on over. Now, see, if that had been some other person, they would have not got back on the tour bus. They would have been like, well, you feel that way. This is my tour bus. You can find some other way to get from point A to point B, because I'm not having it. But she didn't. Then they stopped at some barbecue restaurant, and Kim's mad because she doesn't eat beef or pork, and that's like the main thing that they were cooking at that barbecue restaurant. So she's mad about it. She's outside drinking wine, sitting in this chair, and they made a joke how she looked like a slave owner, just sitting there just ordering people around and all that stuff. And like, she was getting kind of mad too. And throughout the tour going from Charlotte, North Carolina, I guess, to Miami, they were like just so, I'm not sure if it was Miami yet or Orlando, but everybody was like in so close proximity with each other. Everybody was just like getting on everybody's nerves. At one point, Kim was like, come on, Derek J, do my hair. And he was like, well, you're not going nowhere, so why need to do your hair? Can I just do it before the show? She's like, well, if you do it now, it'll stay curled. So he's like, okay now. So they stopped somewhere, and I think Sweetie said she was going to get off the bus and not have no shoes on, and me, that's nasty. You keep your shoes on when you're outside. That's germs. At least put you some house shoes on or something. So that's like, you've been spending around white folks too long. So Sweetie went out there and told, Kim what they said. I'm sorry about this, like, it's getting on my nerves so bad. She goes out there and tells Kim what they said, and Kim yells on the bus, what's that supposed to mean, all this stuff. And Kandi, she has her breaking point. She was like, y'all have been complaining this whole trip. You needn't have spoke. You coming, you Sweetie, you talking to me like you crazy. I'm not, we not used to being around each other like this on tour, so, we gonna have to find some other way to get this in check. At one point, they are watching Nene's segment. Hope y'all can see me. Nene's segment on 11 Alive, I think that's what it's called, and she was asking Jermaine Dupri in her interview that she did the last episode. She mentioned Kim's name, and Kim got upset. I don't know if she got upset at the fact that Nene was like, can you do it when you're in your 30s trying to be a pop star, or the fact that she brought up Kim's name. So Kim was mad about that. We gonna zoom over to Nene meeting up with them, and Candy's looking like, you can't just keep on inviting people. We already so many people on this bus, and you inviting all your friends. We ain't gonna have enough room. So Nene comes. She goes to Kim's hotel room. They're talking, and I guess Nene can kind of sense that something is wrong because Kim, she's talking to her, but they're not their usual talkative self. So, they get back. I guess they stay the night over a hotel. They get the next morning, and Nene was like, well, Kim, she said, y'all been, real mean to her, and this, that, and the third. Y'all been all this stuff. And it's like, we being rude and mean to her. She gets her breaks smoke break every time we stop for gas, which I feel that because you got to be on a checkpoint. And I don't remember what set this off, but Nene and Kim went at it. Nene was like, Kim, Candy does this for a living. This is her profession, and she is a professional. You are not. If it wasn't for Candy, you wouldn't be no wannabe pop star. Kim was like, well, you an intern at 11 Alive. They were just going back and forth with each other, and Candy was staying out of it. Derek J was staying out of it. Don Guido, and so was Sweetie. Well, nobody tried to jump into it until Nene Lex was gonna go over there and strangle Kim. So I guess their friendship was over. Which, season 1 they was friends, and then, Nene was talking about Kim and they wasn't friends. Season 2 they was friends again, and then they stopped being friends. They was friends this season, now they're gonna stop being friends. They gonna keep on being at each other, being friends one day, then friends not the next. Cynthia, Sheree, I'm sorry, and Phaedra, they're all coming to Miami because it's supposed to be, Cynthia's baby shower. That's what set it off. Yeah, Nene was mad because, Sweetie wanted to come to the little girls' weekend, and Derek Dre and all that stuff, and Nene was like, no, this is supposed to be for us. Cynthia's going through something, and we're supposed to be together for them. Sweetie don't really know, Cynthia. Derek Dre, he's boy, this is supposed to be our girls' weekend. That's what set Nene off and going into this whole tirade. Okay, yeah, something else did happen on this episode. Peter comes to Cynthia and was like, listen, Uptown is going to be closing. I couldn't get the money together. What am I going to, we can't do this. And, they're like weeks away from the wedding. She's like, I'm not going to have the dream wedding that I want. What are we going to do? And he's like, I guess he's frustrated, but, you got to look at it from her point. This is the dream wedding I've been wanting to have, and I got close to actually going through with the wedding, and now this bomb is dropped on us. It's not even just a wedding, but how are we going to pay our bills? I can it'll take a couple months for me to get up the money for us to pay our bills, but what are we going to do now? Nothing else really happened on the episode besides that. The best part was, I don't want to say the best part, but the most interesting part was when Nene and Kim went at it. Yeah, that was it. I hope you liked this video. I want you to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.